Hey, everybody. Kevin here with Pursuing Pixels, and welcome to another edition of Save It for the Cast. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. We've had a few interview episodes with our pal Megan Carnes, who was on a few weeks back, and then Remy DeVoe from Punk Cake Delicio. Oh, man, that was a mouthful, a French mouthful, and a mouthful of pancakes, because, I've been just playing their games nonstop. I haven't even had a chance to dig into their third one yet, The Ratch's Den, which is the most recent, but still can't put down Metavax, and I still can't put down Anticrypt, although I did finally beat it, at least on normal difficulty. But yeah, they're going to be still releasing a game every month. And yeah, we have some more interviews coming down the pipeline, too. We've got Dev Dwarf join me to chat about some games for one episode, kind of like we did with Megan. We're going to try to do that more often, have like a guest come on to chat some games with us and then do an interview with them if they want to. But like we're more into like I want to know about what they're playing and what they're, what games interest them and whatnot as designers, developers, or whatever aspect of games that they might work on. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to have Dev Dwarf have those episodes coming out. And actually next week, the next couple weeks here. And then shortly thereafter, I actually just recorded a couple of chats with our buddy Matt Glanville, who we've also raved about a bunch of his games on the podcast before. And we just highly recommend checking out their stuff in the meantime while you're waiting for those episodes to come out. But really, really had a good time chatting with both of them and can't thank them enough for their time, especially when it's been a little bit tough for the four of us, the Pixels here, to sync up on recording. Especially, I've been out of town for a couple weeks for my brother's wedding, and everybody else. Randall just finished up school and whatnot, so we'll be getting him on the podcast a little bit more frequently again. I know he's been on a little bit of a mini hiatus here, although he'll be on this edition of Save It for the Cast here as we dig into just some random game conversation in a little bit. But yeah, a couple more quick announcements, I guess, for lack of a better term, on top of just having some more interviews and guests coming on the podcast down the pipeline. I did want to let everybody know that we're actually going to be starting a little book club of sorts, or indie game club, if you will. I think we're going to call it the PP Potpourri Club, just because it's got a good little ring to it, or the Triple P Club, although that's not set 100% in stone. But we're going to do 5 like name your own price, or essentially free to play games on itchio every week, and we're going to release them, if you will, again for lack of a better term, as like itchio collections, where you can just go right in, go and check out the games. They're all going to be kind of brief, either, short adventure games, or, quick little platformer, or something like replayable and arcadey, but games that you can, 5 games a week might sound overwhelming, but it's stuff that, number one, you can pick. Like, we're going to try to include a nice sense of variety each week, so you can be like, okay, these 2 look really cool to me. And then we're also going to have a Discord series of channels set up for discussing those games every week. Really excited. We've been looking to, find more ways, because like I'm always rambling about all these little itchio games on the podcast, but I'm always like, part of the reason I want to do that is because I'm always wanting to discuss them with people, and I'm kind of like, I'm always hassling the other guys to be like, hey, play this game so we can talk about it. And I feel like doing it in a Discord is like the best way to do it. That's like, I don't know. It just seems like something that would be fun, and hopefully some others will think so as well and tag along. But I'll have links and stuff to whatever we end up doing with that in the episode description here. Although, again, that'll probably start right around the first week of September is what I'm aiming for. And then alongside that, we actually, I know I mentioned a few weeks back that our Ko-fi or Ko-fi page is all set up and rolled out. And then we were going to try to roll out like a Patreon, like monthly membership subscription. And as soon as I decided that was what we were probably going to do, Ko-fi or Ko-fi announced that they were adding memberships to their like just normal plan. You don't have to be a gold member or whatever anymore. So now we can just have it all in one place. So we are going to have some memberships. Again, we're not really going to gate anything off. We are going to have some cool like bonus stuff where like if you're a monthly member, you can vote on the games we cover on our YouTube channel, or vote on not everything, but some of the games that we cover. We'll have some voting, and hopefully we can bring some of that voting power over to the podcast as well. But again, it's been a little tough to coordinate recording and whatnot lately. So we'll see how much of that we're able to do. But hopefully we'll be able to bring that over in the future. And then hopefully we'll also be able to have like more behind the scenes type stuff, like while we're recording our videos, or access to like our Trello page or our Google Docs and stuff like that. Like just access to where you can kind of see the stuff we're working on, see the behind the scenes, maybe see like we always have, like right now I think we have like 75 or maybe even a few more than that videos recorded that aren't published yet. So like you'd have access to stuff like that, but it's all stuff that'll be out eventually. It's not stuff that we're gonna like gate off for people that aren't subscribers or whatever. So because we're not really worried about that. We're here to talk about cool games, and same thing goes for the book club. That's going to be like a totally free. That's why we want to do the name your own price games, so that anybody can just be like, oh cool, I want to check these games out, as opposed to like, oh, let's pick this game that's like a rare retro game that if you're a collector it's going to cost you a fortune, or and that's kind of the stuff we like to talk about and play, like these weird niche games and whatnot, which I guess you can do an emulator or whatever when it comes to retro. But when it comes to like indie stuff, it's like, we don't want to be like, hey, you get to shell out $25 every month to play along with us or whatever. You can if you want on the regular podcast stuff, if you're like, hey, I want to check out this game that we're talking about. But otherwise, I think doing the book club with all free games, again, you can donate to them if you want, which is why they're name your own price, which is, again, I'm just rambling a little bit, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the book club, looking forward to the coffee memberships and whatnot, and looking forward to, like I was talking about before, the interviews and guests that we got coming down the pipeline. Like I said, we got Dev Dwarf and Matt Glanville coming real soon, and then hopefully even more guests in the future. So don't hesitate to reach out if you're a listener and somebody who works on games and whatnot. But otherwise, yeah, without further ado, let's get into some video game chat with John Randall and I.
I can't deal with this guy anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, on a positive retro note, did you guys see that Turtles game?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, from Tribute Games? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and .mu, who published Streets Rage 4. So
yeah, I forgot about that, because that used to just be like kind of like a website or something that I used to use.
Yeah.
I think for just downloading ROMs, I want to say. I'm not sure, but I always am like surprised when I see it. I might be just mixing it up with something else, but you guys know Tribute, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't
Scott
remember.
Pilgrim.
It's Flint Hook. No. Flint Hook. They might be Scott Pilgrim, but I know they did Flint Hook.
Oh, Flint Hook.
They did.
Awesome.
They did Panzer Paladin.
Oh, that's a good game too.
They did. I need to play that. I need to get that.
All right, yeah, I guess I haven't played it, but I've heard nothing but great things.
It looks amazing. Yeah. Oh, and Mercenary Kings, which we also need to play, Randall. That's like a game that I think has online play on Switch.
Oh, they did Wizorb.
Oh, okay, they're solid, man.
Yeah.
I never played Wizorb, but again, heard good things.
Another Turtles game, and like, we're trying to do a beat 'em up like the other ones at first. I'm like, should I not get excited? Because we've seen this dance before. Like, but it seems,
I don't know.
like
this looks pretty legit.
Yeah,
Tribute is solid. Like, if they're even just doing the pixel art, I'm like, I'm in.
Yep.
Because they're doing another game. I forget what it's called, but that they're publishing, kind of doing what Yacht Club did with Cyber Shadow, where like they kind of found this game and were like, let us kind of help you. And I saw them make a post like, it's something Assault, I think.
Steel
but it looks,
Assault. I have that
Steel Assault. Open. That game looks so fucking sweet. You have this like, it's kind of like a grappling hook, but it's like a zip line. You have to like attach it to two walls. Ooh. And then you can kind of, it's so, that game looks so good. And then they're like, what's his name, or whoever the developer is, they're developing it under our watchful eye, polishing things up. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this game looks great. And if they're kind of signing off on it, get me in there.
That looks. Oh yeah, I think I saw this on Twitter.
I think
too.
I might have retweeted it, like with the eyeball tweets.
Dope.
Eyeball retweets or whatever.
God damn, it's a good time for like sprite art stuff. Holy shit,
yeah, man. Dude, by the way, there's this guy on Twitter worth following. Human is Red, and they made that game Hinokin that I talked about last week, I think. But they've been posting on Twitter like all these game mock-up ideas and just like pixel art stuff. Again, found them in the Dev Dwarf Discord. And just like post everything they post. I'm like, I'd play that. Oh, this is sick. Oh, I'd play that. Like I think him and Zed Squadron are teaming up together to work on something.
Man, I was gonna go get my Switch to like, because I keep forgetting about certain games, and I was gonna like, let me just put this on my wish list. I can do that from my phone.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Because
I actually though,
Nintendo was
the
caught
app,
up
or
with
are you
8
just
years
on
ago
your-
technology.
are you on the app or just online?
just on Nintendo.com, logged in.
Because the only reason I don't log in to mine online on my phone is because I'm not able to see the sale prices if I go on the website on my phone. If I'm logged in, because it'll say purchased, just like it does on the shop. So
Right.
I'm like, I kind of like to look up what the prices are sometimes if I make a post.
So it was that. What was the other one? Anodyne.
Panzer Paladin.
Oh, Anodyne 2. Oh, I need to
shit.
play that so bad.
Yep. That's on. It's $20, but
$20, I know.
I might still grab it because
I know.
give them money. Like,
I might wait until because they have that other game called Even the Ocean or something like that.
Everhood. That was the other one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
baby.
one too.
Yeah, baby.
I can't believe Lumoth got a song in that
That's
game.
so cool.
So cool. So cool. Ugh. So jealous. Not jealous, but just proud, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Proud's not the right word, but
No, I get it's complicated feelings.
it's just cool.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like pumped for him, I guess, is what I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put
Panzer Paladin got a Metal Storm on NES looking graphical thing going on.
It looks,
But it also has
Dope.
kind of a blaster master,
Yeah.
not a top-down side scroller, but you can like jump out of your mech and like 2 different player mechanics, I think.
This looks dope.
It looks awesome. It's another $20 one, so I've been kind of waiting. I've seen
Yeah.
it go on sale for like 16, I think, a couple times, but
Yeah.
I'm just, again, being unemployed for so long, I've been kind of stingy.
Yes, sir.
that's understandable. But man, none of my wish list is on sale. It's all
Yeah.
and they're all like $25 games or more.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how it goes.
I've got plenty. I don't need to get any more.
I know. I've been
There's
trying to
always
keep
time for more.
and even if not on the Switch or whatever, it's like, man, there's so many free games I could just poke around on itchio for.
Oh yeah.
I could literally probably never buy a game again for the rest of my life. I mean, I would want to chip in and support these devs on like Patreon or whatever. Like, I'm definitely going to support Super Try on Patreon after, because like
Nice.
for that, like I think I talked about Bazooka Panic on the podcast.
Yeah.
But they have like continued developing that game on their Patreon version where like there's like new levels, there's like a full screen mode, controller support. Like they've like
That's such
kind
a
of
cool
full blown.
thing.
It's not just web based. I think you get like all their games in a non-web form, and I think they've done that with a few of their games where they've like released a bigger version on their Patreon.
Nice.
Super cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Oh, and Randall, we could talk about like even just a quick shout out, but we could talk a little Wild Gun streaming
Yeah.
that we did the other day.
we totally could.
Sure can. No man, I sent Glenn like one of Peter Gabriel's solo albums, and
Nice.
I was saying, I was like, man, really on this for like first song, like he basically does like every like modern rap ad lib, like and you just hear in the background like Peter Gabriel going, is it like.
Hey man, you never know where people were inspired.
Yeah. I was just like, man, this feels really weird listening to, like, when it's like, oh yeah, people do that now.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel had some good jams.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a
mostly
very big Peter
post
Gabriel fan.
Genesis.
Oh, that's, yeah.
I gotta say,
That's when
because like his
had it,
Genesis
like, the
stuff,
best.
I think we talked about this before, is not that
yeah.
great, and the Phil Collins Genesis stuff is pretty damn good.
Yep. They were,
Pretty damn
I think,
good.
a lot better separate than they were together.
Yeah. I can't dance. I can't sing. Ah, that's not one of their best songs, but but it's funny. It's funny. It's like a good. I used to love that when I was a kid.
I just automatically have a negative connotation with any of those like late 80s songs that I had to hear 1,000,000 times at the grocery store and dentist office. Just like that's my association with those type of things. Or my mom's car or whatever. Just like I've just heard this too many times.
See, I got some nostalgia for the mom's car tunes. Yeah.
This is not You Can't Touch This, and that's what I would rather be listening to right now, Mom.
No, come on. I would much rather listen to Phil Collins' Genesis.
Well, you weren't 6 in my mom's car, so
that's fair. I think I still would have though. It took me a long time to get into hip hop, rap, or whatever.
Yeah,
I wasn't cool enough.
Oh yeah, I didn't really listen. I didn't listen to like any electronic music either until I got to college, which is
I honestly don't listen to much, to be honest, but
like I was like adamantly like, and I was like, only singer-songwriters, everyone has to play their own instruments.
Yeah, I had stupid things like that too, where I was like, the singer doesn't play an instrument, screw that band, I like them less now.
So dumb.
It's like, whatever. Yeah. Although I do still hold it against band. When like the singer's kind of a hack and they don't play an instrument, I'm like, like the Los Campesinos guy, I'm kind of like, come on, man.
Wrong. Absolutely incorrect. One of the best shows.
Have you seen them live?
Yeah, one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
I hated them live so much. I've pretty much dropped off listening to them since I saw them live. Like I put it on once in a while, but I thought it was a really bad show. When did you see them, though? Out of curiosity.
When a retirement party opened for them.
Oh, so you saw them probably even after me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was going to say, because I saw them after, it was what's that? Hello Sadness, I think is the name of the album.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them on that like tour or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like they just had gotten their new drummer. And like not the drummer that played on the previous 3 albums. And it was so obvious when they played the older songs, like the energy just wasn't there. And then, their singer I hated him live. Just hated him.
Absolutely incorrect, but
he never took the mic off the mic stand.
Oh, that was not how he was.
Literally he would just grab the mic stand and just stomp his foot like as hard as he could, and then he'd like go and play the xylophone once in a while, and I was like, fuck this guy, dude.
Because
I really don't like it. Like I used to think he was like the whole, like when I listened to first found Los Campesinos, I just kind of assumed like, oh, this guy's got kind of this funky voice. It's probably just like this guy's writing all the songs and doing everything. And it's like, no, he doesn't I don't even think he writes the lyrics.
I think he writes the lyrics.
I don't think he does. I think the guitar player does. I'm almost positive.
Anyway, but I think what for the encore, like the very final song, they put it, or like he put it to the crowd, and he's like, all right, we can either play You, Me Dancing or Sweet Dreams, Sweet Cheeks, and like everyone in the audience said Sweet Dreams, Sweet Cheeks, and you could just see like the wave of relief on their face, and like he sang the entire thing like in the crowd, and like it was incredible.
Well, yeah, because I think that's just their energy is what hooked me so much. Like, and by the way, I looked it up and I'm totally wrong. He definitely writes the lyrics. But totally different story now. Because I don't. Anyways, like their energy is what hooked me, and like their new drummer just had like this dullness to him that I was just like, it just didn't have the same feeling on the older tunes.
Yeah.
Which they played a lot of.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man. I think I saw them right after 6 Scenes came out, and they played maybe 2 songs off of that, which I was also very happy about.
Which one is that? Is that the one that kind of has like that comic booky looking cover? Mm-hmm. I liked that one actually. I only skimmed it, but I remember thinking like, oh, this is better than the last couple.
I liked. There is a.
You're an every other guy.
I am an every other guy.
Before.
Hold on, youngsters. Well, then I don't like We Are Beautiful, We Are Doomed.
That's my favorite one.
Then Romance is Boring is literally like in my top 5 albums of all time.
It's up there. It's just It's a little too long, but I love that one too.
Then Hello Sadness is kind of off for me. And then No Blues I really liked. And then 6 Scenes, again, was kind of off for me. So if they ever come out with a new album, I'm expecting to love it.
I think Hello Sadness and what's the other with like the pink foamy cloud on it?
No Blues.
No Blues. Like those both have some great songs.
Yeah.
But the album didn't like pull me in enough to like, oh, I'm going to get the vinyl or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do love their first like 3 pretty much a lot. All right. Ready for that actual clap?
Oh, Jesus,
oh yeah.
Didn't even clap.
Probably do that, huh? It's a good call.
I already crossed out the time, so I knew it was coming.
Yeah, after we spent 7 or 8 minutes talking.
Yeah, 7 minutes, yeah. That's good. We got more stuff.
There you go.
More clips. All right, ready?
Yeesh.
1, 2, 3.
We've got the Surface Pro, so like I do technically have a
because most of these games don't take too much, and like I'm just kind of throwing a bunch of smaller games out there when I feel like, oh yeah, this because Bullfrog. I don't know if you remember that clip or whatever that I had posted, but it's like a Tetris game, like it kind of like a Wario's Woods / Tetris game.
Oh yeah,
and like the blocks just fall down automatically. And then when they hit the ground, they turn into like cactuses that you can eat with your tongue if you lick them 2 times. But then when they're dropping, you can like jump and pull the pieces like to where you want them. And like the speed starts ramping up. And every time you clear 3 lines, you get a new power up or get to pick from a power up where you get to jump higher, get a longer tongue, or you get an eyeball. Ooh. And you have to get 5 eyeballs to win, I think. Like it's just such a cool game. So.
Yeah,
I'll save those.
Sweet.
I'll save those, but you should definitely check that one out. And we got to do like when Randall dips into Pico 8, we got to do something to celebrate.
I've got it installed. I've just not taken the plunge.
Heck yeah. And for what it's worth, like if you don't feel like hassling through some of the stuff, they're all playable in the browser and pretty much just as smooth. Like other than the games that, like if you played Poom in the browser, you'd probably see a little more hiccuping, but if you play like kind of the just straightforward stuff, it works just fine.
Right.
Did you take her?
I was actually streaming a little Pico 8 before we jumped on here. Mm-hmm. Played some High Stakes and some Nest 2.
Nice.
Itchio is so sweet because I can just look up Bullfrog. It goes to the Itchio page. I add it to my collection. I follow the developer. Boom, boom, boom.
It's so great.
Now I can go
really
back
good
to
at
it.
also like there were a couple games that like I hadn't whatchamacallit or I hadn't like downloaded or added to my library after you like recommended them, Kevin. But just based on the ones that I had, it pulled them up as my recommendations.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh hell yeah. I remember that one.
I think it's great.